Got some things to do before I get ready, so just gonna pick out some entertainment.
Three simple changes I tell all of my arthritis patients to make. Number one, you have to start drinking more water.
The Peter Schiff Show. Today's podcast was recorded yesterday. If you want to listen to my podcasts commercial free the day I record them, go to peterschiff.locals.com and sign up. It only costs $5 a month. Today's podcast is sponsored by Indeed. Indeed makes it easy to connect with your applicants. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. And Indeed's doing something no other job site has done. Now with Indeed, businesses only pay for quality applications matching the sponsored job description. So visit Indeed.com/Peter to start hiring right now. Today, the Federal Reserve announced its decision to raise interest rates by 75 basis points. The Fed funds range now from 2.25 to 2.5. The 75 basis point rate hike is exactly what the markets were expecting, which is why the Fed delivered a unanimous 75 basis point rate hike, because the Fed doesn't like to risk disappointing the markets with some type of surprise. So it played it safe and did exactly what the markets expected. In fact, it played it ultra safe by being unanimous. And I think it's possible that some of those FOMC members may have wanted 100 basis points, maybe somebody wanted 50, but I think they agreed to coalesce around 75 just to create even more confidence in the Fed. After all, if so many smart people agree that 75 basis points was the right amount, well, then it must be true. But the real important stuff doesn't happen on the official announcement or the statement, but it always happens in the press conference that follows a half hour later. And you know, one other thing is, we used to get these press conferences only once a quarter. So a lot of times the Fed would make an announcement and we didn't get a conference. Now that changed a few years ago, and now every time the Fed makes a move, we get the press conference that follows. Now,
All right, that's enough of that. Just getting my stuff together here. I got a mint set here I'm gonna bust out. I'm gonna set it free. I'm going to set it free. And hang out with me. I'm gonna be monitoring chat. So, Kenneth, welcome. Thanks for stopping and coming to the hang. I just kind of want to, I like making and editing videos, but sometimes I feel like I just want to record, go live, and interact with people. So I'm just getting out all the stuff that I'm gonna need. So forgive my mess. Forgive my little mess that I got going here. All right. Let me see. I've really got a mess here. So one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Let me get some focus here. Let me see. All right. I'll need that. I'll need that. And I just don't need some of this stuff just yet. So, finally got my 63 P&D. So I picked this up at the LCS yesterday, and I need the 63D for my Roosevelt dime book. So today we will be adding the 63D to this. Fantastic. And the rest will go in what is really becoming my favorite thing to look at, other than like my wife and my children, is this. I got my 63s finally going in this album, the P's and the D's. So, very fun. Picked these up at the LCS yesterday. Colonel Bob hooked me up, so shout out to Schofield Coin and Hobby. Let me grab some scissors. Let's get to it. Let's see here. I got some old kitchen scissors. Guess those will work. Let's see how things are looking here. I wish I could zoom out with the live stream. That's the only thing that, if I could say I dislike anything about the live format, see, like my, all right, hold on a second here. Maybe I can, I'm making adjustments, y'all. I'm making adjustments. We're figuring it out together. Let's start out with the Philly, since everything in the Philly is going in the album. Let's see, in the big album, that is. Let's just see how it's all gonna shake out. What usually impresses me most in these sets, surprisingly, is the pennies and the nickels. I am always impressed by just how good pennies and nickels look. So, all right. So they're out. Oh, look. See, there's a striking error right there. It's off center. So that's probably worth real money right there. Hold on to that one. All right, let's see my 63P. It's gorgeous, precocious, combustionable, good looking penny. Nickel next. 1963 Philadelphia. Do we have steps? Sorta. We'll look a little closer. I should have brought my jeweler's loop over. Here is the Rosie, and this is a fantastic example of a Roosevelt dime. Look at the luster. That's beautiful. So have you fallen for the Fool's Rally in the metals? And you feel like, well, the bottom's in, that's over. We gained, big gains the end of the week here. Did you fall for it? I didn't. I still think there's plenty of room to the downside. Plenty of room. So that quarter looks fantastic. And again, these are, I guess, just the mint sets. So we don't expect like deep cameos, but we might be able to find some errors. Double dies, things of that nature. But there we go. Those look great. Let's get them carded up. We'll need the $50 right there. And we'll need, I use the quarters for the pennies and dimes also, so I need 3 of those, for the penny and the nickel. I could use them for the dime, but I do have dime ones. Whoops. There we go. And here we go. Here's a dime. I found this little stapler. I'm gonna try this little guy tonight and see how it works. Wouldn't be the first time a stapler embarrassed me. All right. Whoops. Can you tell I'm an amateur? Try to get it somewhat straight here on the reverse. Whoops, too much. Too much. Paid $36 for this set. So not too shabby for all brilliant uncirculated coins. Hey, how about that? That makes me happy. That makes me very happy. Where's my little pliers here? Let's see. Has anyone else seen the channel bars Bionic Fishy Fish just had made? Whoo, baby. Those things are beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So Fish showed all of his stickers from his previous YouTube channel. I can't remember what the name of his old channel was. Honestly, I didn't follow stacking channels until about 2020. But he had some great stickers, and it inspired me, like, I need to get channel stickers. Get in that game. But boy, now he's got the channel bars. Pfft, forget about it. Forget about it. They're gorgeous. I would need to, of course, find someone to make them for me. I have an aspiration that I'd like to pour silver. Like, man, that would be awesome. I have a lot of stuff I could melt, primarily being Canadian junk silver. I could melt that down, purify it. I don't know if I could get it all the way to 3/9 fine, but I'd like to try. But the bottom line is, I don't have that kind of time, man. I got so much stuff going on in my life. That's why I'm doing more live streams lately, because just the filming and editing of videos, it's like it adds many hours to my day. You know, you can spend 4 hours making a 10-minute video easily. And that would be like a minimally edited, not super creative, which doesn't mean it's not informative or useful, but I don't know. I just haven't been in the mood for it lately, if I'm being honest. It's like, you know, I just kind of want to communicate with the people who want to watch this channel. Just have conversations. So I like the live streaming because then I can see people interacting in chat and have conversations. Unfortunately, it seems most people don't show up until I'm about ready to shut it down. But that's all right. I gotta look closely at my analytics and see what the best time is to be on here, because YouTube is able to share that information. That one didn't quite take. We'll just toss that one aside and take a mulligan here. See if we can get... No. Pretty crummy little stapler. If I weren't so lazy, I'd just grab a new flip. I think I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to punch that out, grab a new flip. Get rid of that. Start it over. All right. Dime take two. Where is... Let me find my real stapler. So if you're in chat, let's see what you're stacking. Talk about your last pickup. I'd like to hear about it and why you went the way you went. What drove your decision to purchase? That kind of thing is really what's most interesting to me. Like, why are people buying what they're buying? You know? Because, you know, I'm pretty pig-headed with this stuff in a way. Like, I hate the narrative surrounding silver, and I think that the narratives have been put on like overdrive in the last 2 or 3 months, and especially since inflation has been going up. You know, narratives are dying, and people are still clinging to them, which is a little disappointing. But I like to know what drives people to purchase. You know, like what's driven me into the numismatic space and collecting these mint sets is high premiums. I would love to get like some Queen's Beast, or, you know, like collecting series of the different coins that are 3 nines fine, but the bottom line is like I'm not paying those premiums. Just and it's not that I can't afford to. I mean, that's the case in some. You know, there is some that I'm just not. It's just a matter of principle. I'm not going to pay the premiums, right? I mean, and that's a personal choice. There's some people who are like, look, I know that this stack is going to be with me a long time, and the premiums will be gone by the time it's time to sell, you know. And anyone who's in the silver game should be thinking long term, you know. So hopefully no one's buying to sell in the next like 18 months. But I gotta tell you, if silver gets back up to like $35 an ounce and there's $5 premiums, I am going to be selling a significant chunk of my stack. Significant. Because there's some expensive silver that I paid high premiums for that I would love to be out from under. And if you've been buying silver for the last 2 years, right now you are upside down. You are down with premiums maybe as much as 35%, depending on what you're stacking. If you've been stacking Eagles, hate it for you. I hate it for you. But so this is a 1963 Philly that I just cracked out of the original government packaging. Here is what remains of it. So let me just finish pinching these down. I'm gonna go grab my jeweler's loop in the other room. I'm gonna grab a beer. Whoops. And we'll just take a quick look and see if there's anything noteworthy on any of these coins in terms of, you know, double dies or things like that. I don't expect it. But let's just go check. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, I got my jeweler's loop. I got the loop. Let me grab a beer here. It's a beer kind of night. We got a new puppy, Sasha. She's awesome, but man, she is wearing me out. She is wearing out the whole family. So I'm gonna try to do what it is that Ben the Coin Geek does. See if we can perceive anything through the camera. Seeing anything? Neophyte Stacker. Hey, recently picked up three Graces, 1 ounce silver bars from the Royal Mint, 35,000 minted. I've been looking at stocks more lately. Premiums keep an ounce over $25, so I've pumped my brakes a lot. Yeah, you're not alone, my friend. You are not alone. Right now, I'm allergic to the stock market. Everything I've done in the last 2 years is down. Everything. I bought a cryptocurrency that I'm hanging on to just kind of as a gag, like because there's no point in selling now, because I'm down like 96% on my money. 96%. I plan on making a video about that. I don't see any doubling. All right. I'm just going to kind of examine these. Well, tell you what. Let's just set those aside for now, and let's break out the Denny's. Denny's. Did anyone else go to Denny's after bar closed when they were in their 20s? For me, it was Denny's and Country Kitchen. And oftentimes Taco Bell. In fact, Taco Bell is for me one of the greatest evidences of inflation and just how severe it is, because I remember in my 20s going to, and I was broke in my 20s. Not because I didn't make good money, but because I was really irresponsible. Give me a thumbs up if you're watching, please. I'd sure appreciate it. But I would go, back in the day, you could go to Taco Bell with $5 and you could leave, like you'd be at the drive-thru and they would hand you 3 bags of food and a large soda. And it was more food than one person could eat for $5. You get your 7-layer burrito, you get your Gordita Supreme, you get your nachos. What was it? Nachos Bel Grande, I want to say, or something like that. I can't. Maybe that was Taco John's. And you would just be loaded down with the food. Loaded down. All right, let's take a look at the dime first, because this is going into the Rosie album. Oh, gorgeous. The luster. This is going to fit in beautifully. Perfectly. Absolutely gorgeous. So happy to have that album. But take a little drink, like a little Michelob Ultra while I'm doing my coins. I do have gloves. I'm just choosing not to use them tonight. I'm just taking my time, chilling. So I'm going to card up everything else, and we'll get the dime in the book. Then I'm going to bring out the red book, and we'll mark all my 2x2 flips here. Okay, before I card up Ben Franklin, let's have a looky-loo, shall we? So there is some toning, and not the good kind, in front of and behind the face in the field, but no loss of luster, that's for sure. There's some chatter on his cheeks and a little on his big old bald head. So this is a pretty ugly one, if I'm being honest. It's still in a mint state, no question about it. I just broke it out of a mint package. But then we got on the bell, on the right side of the crack, it's a little hazy, some chatter on the bell, and some of that ugly toning on the fields and on the support of the bell also. Do I hate it? Absolutely not. I mean, a Benji has to be real ugly for me to hate a Benji, because I am a fan of the Benji. All right, put in its card. I wish I could have the enthusiasm of Bionic Fishy Fish this late at night when I'm doing this. So I apologize. It's not that I'm bored, I'm just tired. But there's nowhere I would rather be than hanging here with people who want to just see coins, man. I have a lot of video ideas that I want, there are things I want to talk about. The thing is that I'm a contrarian, and contrarians are never popular. History favors the contrarian quite typically. And I know that sounds egotistical. I know how it sounds. I get it. But, nobody likes contrarians. And everything that I say is contrary to popular opinion, contrary to the silver stacking narratives. So the videos that I want to make, the effort that I would have to put into making them, the editing and everything like that, I question if it's really worth it to get 150 views. Thoughts on the $50 million silver and gold purchase from Texas? I have thoughts about that, as a matter of fact. I think that it's really interesting. Nobody complains about the obvious manipulation happening there when it's manipulation to drive price to the upside. I mean, nobody's saying like, hey, this is clearly manipulation. Why is nobody talking about that? Why is no one talking about the game is rigged, these whales coming into the market, and announcing like, hey, there's more whales coming, prices going up. You realize they're suckering you, right? You realize you are being suckered. Do not take the bait. Don't take the bait. Look, the only thing that matters is charts. The trend is your friend to the end. So one thing I wish, if there was one piece of advice I could give all silver stackers, it is learn technical analysis. Please learn technical analysis. You'll be so thankful, because you see silver pop $2, and what you have to understand is like, well, that's interesting, Neophyte. Is it real? That's a great question. I heard the Economic Ninja talk about it with the person who apparently made the purchase last week. So this has some pretty weird toning on it as well. Not super attractive, yet great luster. The obverse is, the reverse is perfect. So the guy who made the sale, he was on the Economic Ninja's channel. So, it's good to be skeptical, Neophyte. I appreciate that, because, it didn't even occur to me that it could be a totally fake, but I did see it as manipulation. And either way, it's manipulation. If it's fake, it's absolutely manipulation. This goes in the dime slot. I just like to put these in my dime slot, in the big album. But yeah, there's a very good chance that it is fake. And either way, it's all designed to sucker us, those who are stacking the physical. It's designed to fool and manipulate us. That's what offends me. It's like, I just wish stackers would learn technical analysis, because if you really knew how to read charts and you were in the daily, you were looking at the daily, you would see a $50 million move in physical silver. Because that means that if there is a futures contract that has to be fulfilled behind that, that's a lot of silver. And I believe it was broken down like, the guy on the Economic Ninja's channel was talking about how much was really sold, how many silver eagles, which this was another one of my video ideas. I was actually going to break down this video and show how you lose 40% of your money how millionaire lost 40% of their money buying silver. Because if they bought Silver Eagles, that's what they did. They lost 40% of their money. But they bought a large position in Silver Eagles, a lot of junk silver, bars, and generics. Yeah, it's a good point though. Is it even real? Economic Ninja, just like Chris and SoCal, there's things about him that I don't like. I don't think he has bad intentions. I think he's probably actually a really nice guy. But he just is a bit of an alarmist and a bit of a clickbaiter, which, I mean, we all want to hit the algorithm, right? There's most people who are making content on YouTube aspire to get paid. Nothing on Kitco, Metals Daily, Money Metals, nothing. I think this silver pump makes Silver Slayer and Chris Dwayne jealous. It's the ultimate pump. LOL. I remember Buffett's purchase was everywhere. You couldn't be more right about that. That is a super strong point, dude. And I'm sorry calling you dude. Maybe you're a chick. I don't know. But statistically, men are stacking silver, so I'm probably right. But yeah, I mean that's a great point. But this person that was on Economic Ninja's channel was saying oh, there's going to be $250 million more spent on the metals, on the physical metals. All right, so I didn't really show the penny, but I got to tell you, I'm glad I didn't. In assuming your pronoun, I'm glad that I was correct. Gorgeous penny. There's a reason the Lincoln cent is the most collected coin in the world. Because it only costs a penny. That's why. Duh. And this Jefferson Nickel is not super toned. And do we have steps? Let me grab my loop here. Do we have steps? Nope. I got 2 steps. There should be 5. So kind of a weak strike on that. That's all right though. I can live with it. There's the little clay chip. We already looked at those. All right, so I will need my glove now because I am going to put the 63 dime into the 63 slot in the Rosie book. Let me grab old Rosie here. And I'm going to do my best to show everything here, but I can't zoom out as far as I would like to because the 63 is on top. Of course, I could just turn the book upside down and then it would be right in place. It's just upside down, and that's all right. So that's going to complete my 62 to 68, 68S. Let me grab glove. Oh, apologies, guys. I'm really tired, but I wanted to get this done, and I wanted to hang with y'all. So, that's gonna go right there. Boom. Done. So I got the top row done in 46 through 49S. Got my top row done. I've got my top row done 62 through 68S. Let's see, I still need a 79 and an 81S proof. I will be filling that space. I know I have an 81S proof. Only one left from my 92S. I need a 93S. So this thing is filling up. This is full. That is very satisfying for me. Seeing the 2002 to through 2005. And this is full, 2013D to 2016P. So the dime book is coming along nicely. My priority is going to be shifting to getting the 50S, 51D, 51S. These are the more expensive of the dimes to find in a mint state. So that's exciting. So now I can mark that off the list. Take off my little clown gloves here. Like Mickey Mouse. Isn't this exciting? This is must-see TV right here, y'all. All right, 1963D. Wait a minute, I got a 62D, don't I? Yeah, I got my 62D in there, so that needed, I didn't cross that off yet. So there's what's left, 50S, 51D, 51S. I'm not going to read them all off, but this list, when I got the book, represents what was left, and everything that's crossed off is everything I've put in there since I got this beautiful book. All right, so let's get the Roosevelt dime book right up out of here. I have for my Philly chip. Where'd it go? There it is. I keep a little bag for all my mint chips. I don't know why I like them. I just do. Like, why throw them out? You know, it's kind of a historical artifact. You know, you don't get these in mint sets anymore. Or at least not in proof sets. So, all right. Sorry for the noise. I'm scooting my chair here. Let me get stuff up out the way. Let's go ahead and go through the red book. Pennies first. Then the nickels. And the 1 dime. Quarter. And half. All right. I like to put my mintages on there. And all that jazz. All that good stuff. All right. Let's go to the pennies. If you don't have a red book, just do yourself a favor. Go to Barnes & Noble or your coin shop, probably. Well, no question your coin shop has them. And get them. All right, 1963. Back up the book here. Let me recenter this, make this a little bit more visually sensible. All right. So pennies. 1963, P and D. $1963, the Philly. It's going to have, check this out. Check this out. The mintage of a 63 Philadelphia mint penny is, drumroll please, 754,110,000. Huh. And the 63D has 1,744,020,400. That 2-inch flip was barely long enough for me to get that number on there. Nah. Awesome. All right, nickel time. All right. Back up to 1963 here. Hold on. I'm just a little confused right now. Forgive me. Huh. This should be the P. This should be the D. Just a second. Okay, yeah, there it is. So apparently the mint mark was moved to the obverse in 1968. That's why I couldn't find it on the obverse. So 1963. This is 1963D. All right, let's see what our mint is. Drum roll, please, on the Philly. On the Philly, we got 175,776,000. And on the D, we have 276,829,460. All right. Okay. Almost done. Got that dime. Let's turn to dime time. 1963p. All right. And this is 90% silver. Silver weight is 0.0715, the actual silver weight. And let's see here. I have a mintage of 1963 Philly, 123,650,000. Now, if this is a double die reverse, this would have a value of about 150 bucks. So let's see if we have any doubling on that 1963p. Let's see here. I see nothing. I'm trying to will it into existence. It's not working. There is a double die obverse, but that's in the 1960, not in the 1963. So, alas, it is worth 10 cents. Actually, that's not true. That's still a $5 dime all day. Quarter time, quarter time. Quarters. 1963. I love the mint mark being on the back of these. Reminds me of the Morgan, you know? I don't know why. I don't think the Morgan... I don't know what I'm talking about here. I'm delirious. So this is a 1963. 90% silver. Actual silver weight is 0.1787 troy ounces. The 1963 Philadelphia had a mintage of 74,316,000. How many exist in this condition? That is a question for PCGS. Pretty, very pretty. Here's a 1963D. Oops. And we also have on this 90% silver, actual silver weight, 0.1787. Mintage of, in the 63D, 135,288,184. A nice round number. And the last but not least, it's all about the Benjamins. All about the Benjamins. All right. 1963. Good looking coins, man. Great looking coins. The D is right above the bell. The Philly has no mint mark. 1963. Whoops. I'll just put the P on there. AG. And of course it's 0.900. Actual silver weight of 0.3575 troy ounces. 1963 Philadelphia had a mintage of 22,164,000. And then we got the 1963D, wrapping it up. That is, of course, silver, 90%. 0.3575 troy ounces. And we have a mintage here of 67,069,292. Hoofda. Okay, so that's done. That's exciting. All right. Get the red bookie book out of the way. And now the fun part. Whoops. Filling the gosh darned album. Let's see here. I'm trying to get a good wide. Whoopsie. How did that work? That was pretty smooth. Like butter. All right. See if I can recover from this nightmare of a live stream. We're still alive. Like Pearl Jam, we're still alive. All right. All right. We're going to go back and we're going to complete this page. And to complete this page, I'm going to move, where are you? There we are. I have a little tool that I use here to kind of stretch out my sleeves, the spaces within the pages. I have a empty flip so my corners don't get all fuzzy. It's a bit of a ticky-tack, picky sort of a thing, but I just like it better, you know? So, first things first, the filly goes down at the bottom, right where it belongs. Nice and tight. There we go. I like to fill from the bottom up. No particular reason. Whoever's watching, thanks for watching. If you could give me a thumbs up, I'd sure appreciate it. Just filling an album. I just cut open a 1963 mint set. I've got them all in 2x2 flips, and I am adding it to my collection of mint and proof sets. And I'm just wrapping up. All right, got that. Then we got this. D. Can't believe I've been doing this for 52 minutes. For real? Like, silly. Spending this much time doing this, maybe? I don't know. All right. Dime in the book. Then we're gonna put our little chip in there because the dime is in the. I pulled that dime out to put it into my Roosevelt dime book, my Dansko album, and I just like having something in the space. So I like the chips. The chip stays. All right, the 63 Jefferson Nickel. We're getting there, y'all. We are getting there. Do you stack more bullion than anything else, or are you more of a numismatic collector? I started as a stacker. If you go back to my channel at the beginning of the year, I had been stacking 10 ounces of silver and 1/10 ounce of gold every month. I stopped in January, and in January I made a prediction, just looking at the charts, that silver would get down under $16 and that gold would get down to $16.50. And I just decided, like, look, man, the markets are manipulated. There's no question about it. Why are we playing a rigged game? Why are we playing into the strong hands of the whales? Let's do something different. And when I say let's, I'm talking about me. You can do what you want. You're a grown adult. So I got into numismatics because of the premiums. The premiums are out of hand with silver particularly. So I'm very new to numismatics. The bulk of my stack is rounds, bullion and things like that. So yeah, but I'll tell you, I'm really enjoying numismatics. So this book represents everything I've done since January, probably February more accurately. So I have every proof set made of silver from 1961 up to 2018, except for the 2010. Still missing the 2010. So now I have 62 P&D, 63 P&D, Then I have my 63 proof, my 64 proof, and my 64 P&D. And then from 1969 till 1991, the most you could get in silver was 40% silver. Everything else was clad. You could get 40% Ikes, 40% quarters, and 40% half dollars from 69 to 71. Of course, everyone knows that. Or I'm sorry, from 65 to 70. So, but that's going to be a separate album. I'm going to stack those also. But, so yeah, then I have 92, all proofs, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. And the reason you don't see dimes is because those are in a Dansko album. 97, 98, 99, and I have a different place for my quarters here also, by the way. 2000, and then I have the Westward Journey Nickels for 04 and 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, and then the 2009 Bicentennial Pennies. And then we get into the Statehood Quarter Series, 99, 2000, all the way up to 2009, where of course there's a 6 territory. So I have these 4 weird blank spaces that drive me nuts. I'm going to figure out what to do with that. And then my 2010 is blank, and then I got 10 up until 2018. And then here are all of the America the Beautiful quarters, again missing 2010, and going all the way up to I'm going to be doing the 2018. I'm doing both the regular and the reverse proofs, so that'll be the 2018s. Then I got to move my 2020s over. Then I have a W nickel, or I'm sorry, a W quarter from 2019 that I found coin roll hunting. Then here's all my presidential dollars, minus 2010. And then 2020 is where you get George W. Bush here. And then these are all duplicate dimes that I already had in my Dansko album. So that's what I got, y'all. And I'm going to get every proof set I can afford going all the way back. I think 1936 was the first year the U.S. Mint put out proof sets. It's insanely expensive, but it's certainly something to aspire to. And so we've been going about an hour. I'm done kicking it, y'all. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.